Hi and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Folks, I will expect that every one of you listening are very much aware, in addition to that Wave has sold a smidgen of XRP throughout the long term, yet in addition that there are unique in certain cases, extraordinary arrangements, exceptional agreements, permitting limits on the cost of XRP, that Wave sold, and in return for lockup periods. Furthermore, there could be different terms that we're simply not conscious of in light of the fact that, all things considered, it's none of our damn business. Presently, assuming it gets out into the wild, and it turns out to be openly known, alright, so be it, we'll discuss it. However, I don't feel that ought to occur. Be that as it may, there are individuals on the opposite side. I've seen a few remarks via web-based entertainment, showing that's right. Obviously, Swell doesn't need this data come out in light of the fact that they're doing a few terrible things, or it makes them look awful. Or on the other hand, this will simply show that this is the explanation that the cost of XRP is smothered. You can envision that multitude of sorts of contentions. Also, there's a portion of that out there. However, there are genuine reasons that Wave advances, that show precisely why this data ought to be redacted instead of unveiled. Furthermore, it's not just about Swell, it's about the protection of their clients also. Furthermore, it's not even fundamental for the cycles in here. So I realize not every person will settle on this. In any case, I'll impart to you what's been expressed. Prior to going further, I would like honestly, I don't have a monetary foundation of any sort, I'm not offering monetary guidance. Furthermore, you most certainly shouldn't trade anything as a result of whatever I say, correct? I'm simply a fan who appreciates making YouTube recordings about crypto-related subjects. However, similarly as a side interest, and for no particular reason. As here's a post from XRP. Local area part and lawyer, Bill Morgan. He shared what was composed by lawyer document and lawyer record. Furthermore, obviously, certain you're all acquainted with him as of now, I'd been giving a wide range of updates, including records that have been documented throughout recent years in the SEC v Wave case. So shout-out and credit to lawyer FileRun. What's more, he essentially composed here, Swell has recorded a movement to seal specific reports documented regarding the SEC's movement for judgment and cures. Okay, as what's in there? All things considered, lawyer Morgan, in one sentence, summarized my thought process is the most fascinating piece of this. Furthermore, he composed, Swell needs to seal the limits proposed to institutional purchasers of XRP. What's more, there you go, and is there any good reason why they shouldn't have any desire to do that? Furthermore, for what reason would it be advisable for it to be our business? Presently, obviously, in the event that it really becomes public, assuming it's in the public area, alright, local area will see it, and we will discuss it. In any case, that shouldn't occur. Someone answered him and said, so they ought to be permitted to. So my name Helican Darkstar. Furthermore, lawyer Morgan concurs. He said, totally. Furthermore, I concur that it ought to totally be redacted. In any case, just to remind you, we've realized that Wave has offered extraordinary limits on XRP since before the SEC versus Wave claim. So what I have on your screen at the present time, similarly as an update, is that the SEC was discussing this the day that they sued Swell. This is the first concise SEC v Wave from December 22, 2020. Furthermore, let me read the pertinent part which I featured on your screen. The arrangements overseeing Swell's. Goodness, really, no, I need to cover this party 1 SEC here. So they expounded on Swell made a significant number of the XRP institutional deals at a rebate from XRP market costs. No less than 7 of the institutional financial backers, including some depicted beneath, purchased XRP at limits somewhere in the range of 4% and 30% to the market cost. The arrangements overseeing Swell's institutional deals commonly gave no limitations on the purchaser's capacity to exchange XRP, gave just short lockup periods during which the financial backer couldn't exchange its XRP of regularly 3 to a year, or restricted the purchaser's capacity to exchange amounts of XRP that might actually bring down XRP exchanging cost. Okay, so that part is valid. I discussed this under the steady gaze of the claim dropped on the grounds that it was at that point freely known. Also, I didn't think an adequate number of individuals had some awareness of it. So I discussed it on my channel since I didn't see it as some kind of bad wave can do anything that the damnation they need with their resource. Thus, if they have any desire to sell it at a markdown when they might have gotten more cash flow, and on the off chance that that is gainful to their plan of action, what on earth do I give it a second thought? And they had a cappella ponder, so contemplate this, there's actually risk related. So envision you're certify you purchase XRP regardless of whether it's at a 30% markdown, you get it from Swell. Goodness, on the off chance that you assuming you did that, envision you do that the starting piece of 2018, what's that resemble a year after the fact? You understand what's it resemble? 3/6, after 9 months. So a great deal of these organizations, they secured it, they got a statement unquote rebate, and afterward the cost of XRP went beneath that in any case. So we should not imagine like there isn't risk. Also, this is an astounding darling arrangement of some kind. However, it was seen as gainful at that point. So okay, assuming the two players concur super duper, that is one. What's more, Swells sold this through a firm they had an auxiliary? I accept they actually have. I don't thoroughly consider they've utilized it and a portion of 10 years. I could be mixed up on that. However, my comprehension is that they're not utilizing it more since they're not selling XRP for explicit purposes. Indeed, positively not on request liquidity, but rather even automatically, they haven't done that in years. Thus XRP to LLC is an enrolled cash administration's business. Thus going back over a portion of 10 years prior, that is the means by which Wave was selling this. What's more, I discussed it at that point. It was a known component. I don't believe it's no joking matter here. Yet, does Swell have authentic reasons concerning why they couldn't have any actual desire for this data? Totally. Indeed. So we should go through this article from the Crypto Fundamental. San Francisco-based crypto installments organization, Swell documents an omnibus movement to seal specific materials connecting with the SEC is movement for judgment and cures. Swell presented the solicitation yesterday at the U.S. Region Court for the Southern area of New York. As indicated by the as-of-late recorded movement, Swell looks for barely fitted redactions to the cures-related brief. The organization likewise mentioned that the court seals explicit displays totally to safeguard its exceptionally secret business data and outsiders' genuine protection interests. Prior to recording the movement, Swells in the SEC is guides discussed to ponder the proposed roof demands. The SEC agreed to specific Wave's roof demands, yet went against others. The data Swell wishes to seal connects with the organization's reviewed fiscal summaries and progressing business connections. Swell featured because of reasons the court ought to concede its solicitation to seal the examined monetary reports. To start with, that's what the organization contended. Since it is a privately owned business, it has never unveiled its fiscal reports. Second, Wave thought that public exposure of its fiscal summaries would be exceptionally unfavorable to its tasks. The organization added that distributing its monetary archives would uncover its monetary condition, income streams, and long-haul strategies. Third, the organization expressed that the proposed redactions to its budget summaries don't influence the significant substance of the cures-related brief. In conclusion, Swell accentuate that the court had conceded comparative fixing demands during the outlined judgment period of the misfortune. Okay, so a piece of what might emerge, and I think they discussed this somewhat further in the article. I will go further, however, simply needed to stop the note. Assuming the data emerges, and it's not redacted, there's going to be a psycho measure of leading locally, obviously, which as of now occurs, similar to there's various kinds, a great deal of spots get associated, that shouldn't, that doesn't imply that no specs ought to be associated with associated. Also, that is the reason Swell contending they're contending to some extent. Since, supposing that you realize that there are sure clients that have bought XRP, that we didn't know had anything to do or even held XRP, you can begin to assume specific things. Furthermore, that totally could bring about there being a cutthroat disservice for what Wave is doing. Thus the clients of Waves, they presumably wouldn't generally care for that data to be out either, on the grounds that that would influence them, including according to a serious viewpoint. So I'm trusting and expecting eventually, this data that Wave thinks ought to be redacted will to be sure be redacted. Furthermore, just like it will affect adversely whatever occurs in the Cures piece of this claim. On the off chance that in the event that the SEC will win on that and to anything degree they may, then, at that point, they're going to, it's whether or not we laborers over here get to see this data. Also, we shouldn't, that is all there is to it. You know, it's as of now calculated in the Cures. These are the claim one way or another, however, Harmony proceeds. Swell likewise moved to seal a few materials in regards to its private business relationship, enveloping the monetary terms of its legally binding concurrences with specific outsider colleagues. He's getting at indeed, this. As indicated by Swell. The roof demands are explicitly designated, zeroing in just on the monetary and evaluating terms haggled between the organization and other past or existing counterparties. That is all there is to it for the video. Kindly like and buy in my channel. See you soon, bye.